right, hello and welcome to the Brotherhood of Geeks. I am Brett T. Rasmussen, and over there, I got my other co-host.
Get ready because the 2022
yeah, Spectre.
Yo, all right, we are back for the PC Gaming Show. So yes, I have. No, you're good. All right, so Spectre has to take care of everything. That's a-okay. But we're about 30 seconds away from the PC Gaming Show. I know that Spectre is very excited for this.
Yeah. I mean, it's an easy act to follow after that last show, that Xbox show. So we did not, I think we're pretty harsh on that one, deservedly so. And I'm excited for this. I just think, I mean, no matter what, I recall the one last year being kind of entertaining, pretty decent. So
yeah, last year's was great. Last year, are you talking about the PC Game Show or Xbox?
Yeah, PC Game Show.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, it's I mean, there's definitely a lot of like wild cards things we could see here. So yeah, I'm curious to see how it plays out here.
Welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2022. I'm Day 9 still. One of your
hosts. But I know you're not a PC player, but I mean, you have to remember a lot of these games, most of these games really are coming to console eventually as well too. So
over the next 2 hours we are going to.
But yeah, so I mean, this isn't like a turn your brain off thing for you either. I mean, you can definitely there's things for you to enjoy here as well.
Oh yeah.
Might even be able to win yourself a
so yeah,
fancy
but that's
yeah,
that's I mean, there's not much more to say to it. I guess we are. I should keep an eye on my.
Yeah. There was a robot who tried.
Okay, we're starting here.
Yep, we're already in it. Yeah.
I think I died.
Definitely died.
Either way, I'm not really sure. It was standard robot apocalyptic stuff. Just minus the overbearing anime dad and existential crises.
Yeah, well, actually, what happened to DevBot? Anyway, wasn't he supposed to come back for this show for, like, Revenge of the DevBot?
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
We melted him down to try to make our own graphics cards since they're still hard to find, and I would say he's in a better place. But I played Cyberpunk 2077, and he's not.
Ooh, that's pretty dark for the start of the show.
Or nostalgic.
Aw.
But none of that matters because the show actually took place in a parallel reality.
All right, so you're telling me there's actually a multiverse?
According to the writers who told me this 5 minutes before we went live, I am saying there's a multiverse.
All right.
We're now apparently on
What?
Earth 3, which is not to be confused with E3 because this show is still happening.
Oh, and we are
That is
so
true.
thrilled
That is very true.
As a part of this weekend full of celebrations of gaming by putting the spotlight on something near and dear to our hearts. PC gaming.
I'm watching the GameSpot stream, by the way. So
Yes, I am on the GameSpot stream. Yes, I'm
just making sure we were synced together.
We should be, yes.
Between death and transcendence, a chimera chooses death. Show us what you've got!
We have a whole new world to forge.
May the judge have mercy on your souls.
Well, this looks pretty cool.
Sister, you are here with me. I always will be. As long as we are together, we're not going down. They wanted yet another monster. They shall have one. No! You must resist it!
Solstice.
Okay.
Okay.
Not blowing me away, but looks somewhat interesting.
It looks cool. A lot of looks really cool. Oh, and it's coming to PlayStation. Okay. And Xbox.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So this is for everyone in a way.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
I was dealing with like a couple emails popped up at once there. It was like,
What?
I was dealing with like a couple emails popping up at once there, but
Oh, you're good. You're good. Rotwood. Early access 22 question mark? Okay. What? Wizards with guns? Tactical Breach Wizards. Okay. Okay.
You just saw Tactical Breach Wizards, a turn-based game of sorcery and SWAT team strategy from the makers of Gunpoint and Heat Signature. My strategy, personally, is very simple. Breach, bang, clear, magic missile, dramatic flourish, abra, cadaver. Get it? Cadaver. Dead body. Next, we have a solution to the age-old problem of not having time to read and play video games. Just do both at the same time, obviously.
Yeah, I agree.
Their sci-fi thriller inspired by Stanislaw Lem's novel, The Invincible. So here's your first look at the first ever gameplay footage.
You. What have you done?
Where are you taking me?
You came here yourself. So what are you expecting, huh?
You've set up a field camp down there.
Yes, ma'am.
So I didn't expect you to have a second one here.
Really?
Sit here and don't you dare move. What are you doing here?
You're not gonna like this part.
Oh, it's an early beta. Okay. You still there, Spectre?
yeah, I'm just trying to clean up the chat a little bit so I can actually see like legit people talking here. There's a lot of spammers.
I know you're talking about the game, the GameSpot chat where we're watching this, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just trying to clean up so I can actually see the legit chat.
And please, if you guys are watching live, please join us in the chat. Talk to us.
Please talk to us.
You know. Or me and Spectre will just riff on each other the entire time. We're used to that. Spectre will probably, I guess because this is PC, should I be Spectre and just hate everything? oh, this looks like trash. And then Spectre over here will go, oh,
you can
my
call it out
God,
as
it's
it is.
so good.
I don't mind.
It's so good. Oh, my God, because it's on PC. And I'll be over here going, it's okay. No, I don't like it. No, I don't know.
How many of those did they... Is it active?
Dead.
I admire your composure.
Wait, someone's here. Astrogator, they're dead.
So you found someone. Fortunately, such unpleasant discoveries are indispensable to the mission.
I didn't let that thought get to me. I was counting on this meeting very much. At worst, it could have been another abandoned place, but not this.
But what exactly?
That's a good question. I'm getting into the recorder. What do we have here? Uh-huh. They made their way through.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a slow start, you know.
Subtle. Did you locate this?
You like my, what's it called? I got my new light towers behind me now.
Yay!
I'm looking at it now. They pierced a hole several
So I did,
meters in
I
diameter
speaking of that,
and
I'll
several
talk about that
dozen
since
meters
there's
long.
nothing interesting going on right now.
Oh, nothing interesting.
So I found out the Corsair LT100 light towers, they only support 4 towers at once
Yes.
on one
My head
like thing.
feels like
So
it's
I ordered another. I ordered these
pressure.
2. These are an expansion kit. So it turned off my other 2 because I have 6 total. So I have to
Yes.
return these 2. But I have another starter kit coming as well. Actually, it was same day because it was the Amazon, so they're actually delivering it tonight. And so I'll return these 2. I'll get that one up. And my plan of that is, I don't know. I actually don't know if it supports having 2 like base towers, like sets on one PC. But worst case scenario, I'll just plug it into my laptop or something, which is over there. So it's technically another PC. So
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. But yeah, this will be an interesting experiment.
Fun times.
You would think it supports more than like 4, you know, but I mean, whatever.
What task?
It depends. It's programming, that kind of stuff. It might not be able to.
They probably figured like who would have a setup like I do, where I have like this wraparound setup where I have like 2 in front of me, 2 to the side, and then I have 2 behind me. So
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by them.
The robot's gone,
You must have broken his loop.
but I didn't.
Well, he must have done something. Never mind. Follow it.
Excuse me. Sorry.
No, antimat.
Come on, Yasna. Run. Hide.
Well,
Are you alive?
that robot died.
Yes, it's fucked up the robot.
What's it doing now?
Oh no! It saw me!
Take care of our people, Novik.
It's time to take a pit stop at the nearest dungeon to prove that chivalry isn't dead. And if you think I emphasize those words weirdly, you're right. And it'll all make sense momentarily when you see these next 4 games, especially when you hear from our friends at Tripwire Interactive. Roll that beautiful footage.
You? Nah. You don't have what it takes. You'll be back here too scared to try again. Cause the dungeon will turn you into lunch meat. Unless you're way tougher than you look. We got the guns, the turrets, the upgrades. But what you really need is guts and skills. Grab your posse and say your prayers. Be the first to play. To die. To give your feedback. Do you have what it takes?
Endless dungeon. Okay.
Welcome to F1 Manager 2022.
Ah, the F1 games.
Simulation, putting you in the position of team principal at one of the 10 current F1 teams, battling it out for a chance to be the next world champion. Choose your team and drive every decision that leads to you making your mark on the grid, and hopefully the podium. Winning championships depends on your ability to make the right calls on and off the track. During races, you'll mastermind strategy, plan tyre stints for each driver, and make changes on the fly when necessary. Issue driver callouts, such as instructing them to attack or defend, manage their tyre wear and battery usage, or even to avoid battling a teammate, all while reacting to dynamic events like race incidents and fluctuating weather and track conditions. Between race weekends, you'll control every detail of your team from your state-of-the-art headquarters. Hire best-in-class staff to work across your aerodynamics and engineering teams and put them to the task to develop your car and prepare
Car
new
stuff.
parts
Car
for
stuff.
races.
Car stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to really say. I mean, it's, this is just like the Forza stuff we just watched. It's just, I mean, if you're really into this, you're really into this. If you're not, then, yeah, this is like watching paint
They say
dry.
knowledge is power, and keeping a close eye on a plethora of realistic data will help give you the edge. From the finer details of how car parts affect overall performance, to a track's expected grip level, to the condition of your wind tunnel, how you analyze the data and choose to spend your resources will make or break your progress. You'll find depth and detail in abundance, even down to real-world team radio messages between drivers and engineers, and race commentary from David Croft and Karun Chandok, while broadcast-style presentation showcases 2022's striking new car design with real trackside and onboard camera angles. The sleek management menus and intuitive controls will drive the immersive F1 fantasy home as you plan and execute the perfect strategy in F1 Manager 2022. Pre-order the digital version now for early access from August 25th.
F1 Manager. Oh, okay.
Hey everyone, after 1 year of Chivalry 2, we've more than doubled the size of the game, and now we're excited to bring even more nights on.
Chivalry was actually pretty decently fun. I played the original one.
Out on Steam with crossplay between all platforms. This is our biggest update to the game yet, and it brings players to an all-new desert theater of war, and best of all, brings us horses into Chivalry 2 in mounted combat. We want to thank our community for making the game the success that it's been so far, and if you haven't played it yet, now is the best time to check out Chivalry 2. Take a look at our new trailer that shows off the new update and its Nosian invasion.
This rebellion is at an end. The Agathians flee to their stronghold in the north. This land is mine! Now Denosia rises from the south. Kill them all! Throw the dogs back into the desert. Their forces will crash and break against the bulwark. If the wall falls, we must retaliate. Ready the ships! Long has Senosia remained safe from my fury. No more. They dare to strike out at us.
Oh, jeez.
Cities will fall. Their people will bleed. Their knowledge will burn. My reign will never end.
Tennessee Invasion. Oh, and it's out now.
I'm
All right.
Sweet Bandits, live from Quebec City. Really glad to be here today for the PC Gaming Show. We'll be showing the first trailer for our game, Deceive Inc. It's a multiplayer competitive spy game where you get to use social stealth, high-tech gadgets, and powerful spy abilities to try and get the upper hand. We've had the chance of working with Tripwire Presents on the project, so this is only the beginning. Please follow us on social media at Play Deceiving to learn more. We'll be releasing the game in early 2023 on PC, Xbox Series S and X, and PS5. Thank you so much.
Nice.
And let's enjoy the trailer.
Good afternoon, agents. Your mission is simple. Infiltrate the frozen coral underwater hotel and retrieve the blueprint of a powerful weapon. As you know, Deceive Inc.'s company policy is to deploy multiple agents to ensure the mission's success. But only one will get the paycheck. Do whatever it takes, agent, and be careful out there.
Try your best. Let's see if it's enough. Booyah! Ka-ching! Oh, come on. They can't be this fast.
And they thought it was secure. In the end, I am victorious.
They're really not gonna make it easy for me. Gotcha.
Oh no!
Right on target.
Someone's gonna die.
Skilled and outgunned.
It can't end like this.
Target acquired. Moving to rendezvous point. All done. Really? Mission
Well dang.
complete.
This looks fun. Spectre is far less talkative in this.
I mean, it's just kind of like, it just.
You are looking forward to this more than not this game.
I was hoping it would be better. It would have more games, but I mean, it's
Deceive Inc. looks fun.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever have a reoccurring dream that you really wish would come true? I mean, mine personally involves a flight of unicorns and a Valkyrie army on Pegasuses, but yours may be different. But, somehow I doubt it. This year, we've partnered with the PC builders at iBuyPower to bring a very different dream to life. My dream PC room.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, there's bad news for me. I don't get to keep it. But very good news for one of you. We're going to be giving the entire contents of this room away to a lucky winner watching the show. So let's dive in and see what's up for grabs. The beating heart of any PC gaming dream room is, of course, the rig, so let's start there. As you can see, the mad geniuses at iBuyPower have built an absolute doozy. The first thing you'll notice is that Height Y60 case with its wraparound tempered glass panels. This thing is built from the ground up to display the
kinda nice.
PC
That is
technology
really
into a desktop
nice.
machine. And let's face it, if you've managed to bag a serious graphics card in these dry times, you owe it to the silicon gods to show it off properly. Okay, the case and lighting looks dope, but for this to be a true dream PC, we need more than just state-of-the-art drip. Luckily, the substance matches the style. So let's check out the guts of our dream PC, and trust me, there's plenty of power crammed in. The big question, though, is what pixel pusher iBuyPower has used, and you won't be disappointed with an overclocked RTX 3090.
Oh, wow.
Right? This 24GB monster of a GPU packs the cool
3090, huh?
chill and the power to smash through any game you
Isn't that
throw
the top one?
the graphics card
For now it
is
is, yeah.
MVP,
Yeah.
but any superstar needs some dope backup. And the fastest gaming CPU around, the Intel 5.5 gigahertz Core
Oh,
i9
wow.
with
Oh,
1290
wow.
FPS with 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and 2 terabytes of seriously fast SSD storage, both from ADATA.
I'm
makes
throwing
the
my
whole
hat in
thing
for it. Why
sporty.
not? Let's see here.
Whew, that is a whole lot of PC. But Mika, you may greedily wonder, what about the peripherals? Well, animal lovers, we got you covered. Because the Height Eclipse wireless headset comes in plush vegan leather trim with a 30-hour battery life and competition-grade 2.4 gigahertz connection.
Oh,
And
wow.
you noisy typers are going to love the clicky-clacky mechanical keyboard that comes with it. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? RGB? Well, of course! The keyboard and mouse both light up like Atlantic City on a Saturday night. And yeah, you can turn it off so you can actually get some sleep. You can find out more about this gear feature today over at ibuypower.com, but I know what you really want to know. The info on how to win this beastly setup. So here are the details.
Thanks, Mika. Yes, folks, it couldn't be easier to enter our Dream PC giveaway. For your chance, just head over to pcgamer.com/dreampc and follow the simple instructions. There, you'll find a complete breakdown of the prize, which, don't worry, also comes with some very swish monitors as well as the eligibility rules. Good luck, gamers.
That is right. Just
Fun
go to
times.
pcgamer.com/dreampc for your chance to win. But for now, let's get back to the games. From Kepler Interactive and A44 Games comes
It's saying service is unavailable right now. So
Yeah, that's because everyone has jumped there, dude. You're gonna have to play the refresh game for a bit.
That's fine. I'll enter it later. You got time.
First emerged from the great
Hey, I remember this.
Oh, deja vu here.
I remember this.
They unleashed a pestilence on our world.
Yeah, everyone's saying the form crashed.
I, for one, intend to find out.
Yeah, everyone's having trouble. I'm just gonna put it in a separate window, and I'll come back to that later.
There you go.
Scorn has a deluxe edition. Let's see here.
Again, like when I saw this, I was like, oh, this doesn't look too bad. This looks pretty fun.
I'm kind of poking around on the internet too for Diablo 4. It looks like it should be a collector's edition. It's been soft confirmed. Because there's an achievement for it. So.
Wait, what?
There's like an achievement or like an in-game thing that says you have the collector's edition mount. Like an in-game achievement.
Whoa, okay. I'm like, what?
Hey, PC Gaming Show. I'm Derek Bradley, the CEO of A44 Games and creative director of Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. Flintlock is set in a world ruled by old gods, and so as humanity, you now have the power of black powder and bombs and flintlock rifles to finally overthrow the gods and take the world back. You'll play as Nor, a Blackstream sapper, one of the elite explosives experts of the Coalition forces. Nor herself has a personal vendetta against the gods and will suffer nothing
Oh, got something caught in my throat. I
Nor
apologize.
brings firepower, her fox-like companion Inky brings magic to the battlefield. You
I
will
can't
have to
find
master
anything
a combination
online
of axe
if
combat
you can
and
have
gunplay,
two
while your
sets of
companion
these
Inky
lighting
uses his
towers
magical powers to
on one
disrupt
computer.
enemies. We can't wait to show you more of Flintlock
I guess
before
I'm just gonna
it's
find
released
out.
next year. Head over to our socials for more info, and don't forget to wish list now on Steam and Epic Game Store. Have a great show.
Coming up next, a mysterious new sci-fi game
Boo,
from 11
Epic Game
Bit
Store,
Studios,
boo.
the creators of This War of Mine. Hear all about it in our exclusive interview. We'll also show you what's next for Outriders from Square Enix and People Can Fly. Plus, if you look back on high school and think, you know, those 4 years would have been better if I was fighting literal demons, you're definitely going to want to study up on our next world-exclusive independent game inspired by the Persona series. Chug your health potions now because there is so much more PC Gaming Show coming your way. Before we go, the folks at Compass Data Centers have a little quiz for you. How much higher is 5G's data capacity compared to current 4G networks? Scan this QR code and answer the question for a chance to win $500 worth of stuff from Razer, or visit gaming.compassdatacenters.com. Okay, now back to the PC Gaming Show.
Ready to game the system? Meet Mana. You slay. You achieve. You win. So should your bank account, because your power shouldn't stop when the game does. Mana is the best gaming rewards debit card where you can earn perks and points by paying and playing and get rewarded with the things you actually
This
want.
is kind of becoming a thing, actually. There's another
Or your next gear
like game credit card thing coming out too. I saw.
In what way? Well, like, what do you mean?
It seems like it's a trend. Like they have mana here. There's
So I know what
I can't remember the name of the other one.
Yes. It's time to talk about the
But there's another one that's coming out.
game from 11-bit Studios. The Warsaw-based studio made us cry in this war of mine, make difficult choices in the face of climate apocalypse in Frostpunk, and battle encroaching corruption in Children of Morta. The Altar sends us to the deepest, darkest reaches of space, in a survival story that is guaranteed to give you an existential crisis, in a good way. This is a really big moment for this year's show. I can't wait. Let's take a look.
I remember this War of Mine. I remember that game. Well, that's weird.
Intriguing. All right, you got me. I'll add to the wish list. Why not?
Joining us now to talk about what we just saw all the way from Poland is Tomasz Kasilewicz of 11-Bit Studios. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack there. We got clones, we got this huge wheel. Tell us, what did we just see?
Well, first of all, these guys were not exactly the clones. We saw Jan, our main character, who's traveling with a group of the Alters, who are the alternative versions of the same person. And they are going through this distant alien planet in their mobile base, which was the wheel you saw at the end.
So what's the player's goal as they're progressing through the story?
So you are a space builder stranded on this distant planet, and your goal is to survive and find a way back home. But the thing is, in order to do so, you need to create those alters, as each one of them have different set of skills and character traits. So these are things necessary for your survival and finding a way back home.
So from the trailer, tonally this could be a horror, a thriller, a mystery. What should players expect?
Actually, there are bits of everything you mentioned. Like, there is this mystery as we're looking deep into the soul of the character, but what you find there can also be pretty scary. So there are those beats of psychological horror and drama, but then on top of it we have this quite thick layer of surreality. I mean, how surreal would it be to one day, you know, wake up next to a little different alternative version of your very self.
Now, there's a quote that you shared with me earlier, that man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. How does this quote relate to the story?
Ooh.
So this quote, it relates directly to the main theme of our game. We as people, we are shaping ourselves every single day with every single decision that we are making. This process, the whole process of becoming who we are, it can be quite painful at times. But in our game, Jan, the main character, he has this unique possibility of not only shaping himself, but also reshaping himself and numerous times with every single altar that he is creating.
Do you see this as more of a classic sci-fi story, something like a Ray Bradbury work, or is it something more contemporary?
Well, it is very classic sci-fi in a way that we are taking a relatable topic and we are using the sci-fi theme, we are using the sci-fi setting to look
This is really cool. This is really cool. I like this.
I like the idea. I do. I threw it on the wish list. Why not? You know, just to see how it develops and if it actually comes out.
So we're using tools like systematic design and nonlinearity in order to put the players in the middle of the experience and in the end allow them to create their own stories.
I like those kind of like heady existential sci-fi things like that. I'm a big fan of like Solaris. I know it's a movie you've never seen, but
Alters is purely 100%.
Or 2001: A Space Odyssey. You've probably seen that at least, or heard of it at least.
Yes, I know of 2001: Space Odyssey. Yes.
Philosophy. So it's a game.
You've never seen Solaris, though.
No, that I have not. No, that I have not.
Stop playing it. This war of mine.
And not the remake of it. I mean the original Russian version.
No, I have not seen Solaris.
And with Frostpunk, it was taken to another level with the strong focus on the emergent narrative. And now with the altars, we want to follow that path, but we also really want to push the boundaries even further.
I don't think we're getting a Morbius game, guys. I know they're spamming it in chat like crazy, but I don't think we're getting a Morbius.
Oh my god, the internet! Shut up.
Thanks so much again.
It's not like, oh my god.
For joining us this year. And while I try to find enough Rapidium to make it through day 1 to 8, let's head on over to Mika Burton and keep things rolling like a massive space station.
Thanks, Day9. Honestly, I need to look into getting myself cloned so I can make time to play all of these awesome games we've seen so far. But I'm also legitimately worried about having to eventually fight my clone in single hand-to-hand combat when they steal my life, making me wonder if I was the clone all along. Is it really worth it for video games? Yeah, no, it's totally worth it for video games. Anyway, that's a problem for future Mika. Present Mika is much more interested in what you all have been saying about the show so far. So keep letting us know your thoughts by using hashtag PC Gaming Show on all platforms. Now, let's get back to the real reason all here. Cloning. I mean video games. Video games.
Totally a video game, not cloning. Spectre, maybe. If Spectre could clone himself, then he wouldn't have to put up with me so much.
Right. I would just do my own DualShock show just with myself and my clone, and it would be 1,000 times better.
Oh, so you kick me out. Oh, I see how that goes. Okay.
This is Outriders.
Yes, this is the expansion to Outriders. Yes, so
that was that game that came out. Everyone kind of just forgot about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, great. You're still supporting it because it feels like you kind of have to. But I mean, all right. I mean, I'm glad that there is still support. They didn't drop it like a ton of bricks, but yeah.
Looks cute.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's for me, but I like the art style.
Oh yeah. Potion craft. Okay. Okay.
Sure. When Tiny Build lets you open your own medieval potion shop, you get hailed as a master alchemist. But when I do it, I get a sternly worded letter from my landlord about how my cauldron violates our lease agreement. Whatever, it's his loss. But more importantly, folks, we promise you the maximum amount of games humanly possible, and we aim to deliver quite literally.
What? Oh god.
Oh, I played this actually briefly. This is like this battle royale where you play as like an animal.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's kind of cute. I think it was a free to play thing. So
Okay.
I gave it a shot.
Animal Royale. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I like a good tactical,
Yeah.
RPG type of game.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nitro Kid. Okay.
Before your eyes lies the Celestial Islands, a world of peace above the clouds, protected by 4 great houses.
Maho Kenshi? Okay.
Looks all right.
Planet Earth, our beautiful home. To protect it, we must reach out to explore the unknown. Our team of experts is presently probing the deep sea in a struggle against the yoke of overregulation. These security and defense innovations allow you to shrink any problem down to size. We surge forward, obliterating the enemies of progress, but we refuse to let these victories go to our heads. We are the future.
Oh, it's Killing Floor. Oh, wow.
And now it's time to give you an exclusive briefing on what's next for one of PC gaming's titans of modding, simulation, and scale, Arma 4. Last month, developer Bohemia Interactive kicked things off by releasing Arma Reforger on Steam in early access. This playable prototype will be a foundation for Arma 4. And with it playable on Steam now, we have a ton of questions about the future of Arma. I mean, after all, this is the series that helped birth the survival genre through DayZ. Oh, and also this other little niche genre you may have heard of called Battle Royale. To help us peer into the future for this project, we've got none other than Bohemia Interactive. Thank you so much for joining us. So as of right now, Arma Reforger has been out for about a month. What is it that you've been learning or seeing from players?
Never really was into
At first,
Arma. I know
we've
it's like
learned
a
that
hyper realistic
Reforger a lot, and they
shooter type of
appreciate
thing.
the work we've
Yeah.
done with it. We also realized they like modding a lot, and they really view this as a key quality of our games, and we are very pleased by the reactions of both our community and the new players who
Okay, I thought like the stream was like messed up or something. I was like, whoa, hello.
Still doing okay?
Yeah.
Technology, so we are very glad that the reception was so good.
So there's no doubt players who have been long-time fans of the franchise stepping into Arma Reforger. And
There we go.
What were some of the big challenges of rebuilding that specific Arma feel from the ground up in this brand new engine?
Well, it's a very tricky subject because even internally it's an ongoing kind of fight. So I myself very much on the very purist side of things. So no heart, no.
Is it kind of
games,
cutting
no
for you, or is it just me?
And this fight can get very intense.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. No. You're good. You don't have to mess with it. I just want to make sure it's the stream and not
so
me.
I will keep fighting, but obviously this is part of the fun. So there's always never-ending battle. I think 2 years ago we really struggled to keep it Arma and even internally preserve our own standards. So do it our own way rather than replicating what's maybe normal in other games, because our goal is not to make the same game as all other games. So our goal is to remain unique.
I'm curious if you can speak to what the main goals of Reforger is, because it's a little unusual compared to other releases. I mean, for instance, how much content should a player expect if, say, they've been playing Arma 3 for years?
Our goals were, of course, to restart the series from technological standpoint, really to make room for some new achievements, utilize the technology which is state of the art, both in terms of how it looks like, how it's controlled, how it can be modded.
It's important to understand it may look as a kind of normal game on the surface, but there is a big system behind it. So just the tool suite is a massive tool suite, never tested by a large public. So it's a premiere of a tool suite, and these tools are being built for nearly 5 years now. So we really need users to start using them to keep improving and continue building it.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have one quick question from the Arma fans. Has Russia's invasion of Ukraine impacted your approach to Arma 4 and Arma Reforger, a game that depicts the Cold War?
Well, yes, because it's extremely close to us. We even live in a way very nearby, so definitely. On the other hand, we started work on this many years ago, so the direction was set before. But we always approach conflicts and armed conflicts with a great level of respect. We're still at the beginning, but we definitely would like to continue in our exploring this serious theme.
Arma, as I see it, has always been a bit more of a anti-war game. It's an entertainment product. That's fair thing to admit. On the other hand, given the topic, given our, let's say, maturity and long time we've spent on it, and our ambition to portray it as a all very complex and gritty thing, I would like us to contribute by not just entertaining people, but also educating them on the subject. This was the whole point of starting the cooperation with the International Committee of the Red Cross, and I believe we have great potential, big responsibility in this area, and a very important chance to contribute at least a little bit to the good side of things.
This would not be an interview about Arma unless we were asking about modding. I mean, so many amazing games and genres came from Arma mods, so I gotta know what's possible in Reforger that wasn't possible in the past.
Now with this technology it's possible to create entirely different things, like entirely different games. It has so many variables, but the beauty now is that much more of it is...
You played Arma, right, or no?
The previous games.
Not really, no, it never was my thing, really.
Okay.
This is constructed in
I know it's supposed to be pretty good. A lot of people have a lot of respect for it. Just never was something I got into personally.
Engine, so now they can check the data of every single element of the game and go much deeper than in previous games. So this will be super exciting.
Now, I wanted
yeah,
to ask
Alters so far was probably
anyone who's played
the only like really intriguing thing I saw.
To get a good frame rate in those massive multiplayer matches. So, I'm curious, what expectations should players have about performance leading into Arma 4?
Arma 3 was built on foundations laid down in times of single core and no GPUs basically, so this time much more computations and intensive rendering things can be done directly on GPU, but it required completely a new approach.
Again, we are in the beginning and we know that there are problems that are difficult.
I know there's a Capcom showcase tomorrow, I believe, right?
Oh wow.
even our own.
I think so.
Like, so we are moving things forward. And
I have no idea what more they need to announce.
It's not that much about FPS, but also for like network traffic, for instance. When you have this massive multiplayer game, it's a huge challenge. Server performance, of course, and all the technical things. So we are moving forward.
Thank you so much again, Bohemia Interactive, for giving us the inside scoop on both Arma Reforger and Arma 4. Now, you don't go anywhere, because here is what's around the corner.
Just around
Over
the
there!
corner in the PC gaming show, prepare to experience terror ranging from the subaqueous to the subconscious with the latest from Shiro Games. Hold on to your butts because front-end development spared no expense on the new Jurassic World Evolution 2 expansion. And
Nice.
get your crowbars ready for Half-Life Alyx Levitation.
Oh, wow.
A special project from some very talented modders. Oh, modders, what would PC gaming be without you? While we're here, quick geography question. Which parts of the world use the most bandwidth for gaming? Answer this question for the folks at Compass Data Centers, and
Oh,
it
man.
will win you a $500 Razer gift card.
Eyes been
Scan
bothering
the
me.
QR code on
I have
the
no
screen to
idea.
enter.
Hey, you all right?
Yeah, just my eyes. I got something in my eye.
PC gaming show, but the publisher has a lot more than its medieval sandbox RPG on the way. Up next, we'll hear what's up with Shiro's slate of projects, and stick around for the debut of 2 completely new games, Decarnation and Abyssals.
Hey everyone, thank you very much for the invitation, Mika. I'm James, and I can't wait to show you everything that we've got prepared for you today. So it's been a crazy couple of months for everyone here at Shiro Games, with Dune Spice Wars marking the most successful release in the history of the company, and it's entirely thanks to all of you. But today, let's look at Dune Spice Wars multiplayer mode. Up to 4 players can go head-to-head and free-for-all, 2v2, all work together in co-op against AI opponents. We're introducing new synergy systems between factions that will open a vast number of strategies to help you crush your opponents.
That's actually
Multiplayer will be available
something
in
I plan to
Spice
pick up
Wars
eventually. It is my Dune Spice Wars is on my wish list.
Oh,
After
nice.
5 years and nearly 3 million units sold, Northgard's story finally continues. In a new chapter set shortly after the events of the first campaign, Ragnarok has decimated the lands of Northgard. Long-standing alliances have been broken. Violence and betrayal now plague the continent. Forced to depart what they once called home, our heroes arrive on unknown shores and find themselves confronted by unfamiliar faces in a dangerous new realm. This Northgard expansion arrives this winter. And for all of our War Tales players out there, Cooperative is finally coming to our open world tactical RPG. You share food, gold, and camp with your friends. But you can split up to cover more grounds. Before every fight, devise the perfect strategy to overcome any threats that may stand in your way. But be careful in your approach, as one wrong move may lead to your group's demise. The co-op update will allow you to play between 2 to 4 players, and it will be available this summer.
Okay.
So a few months ago we announced Shiro Unlimited, a new publishing label created by indies for indies, and we are very proud to announce 2 new titles coming from the Shiro Unlimited family.
It seemed like our last chance to start again, to escape Earth's devastation.
We used our limited resources to lay the foundations of a new life.
There's a lot of like interesting concepts of games coming from this.
But soon,
Like I'm talking about from PC Game Show.
we realized it
Yeah,
was not
no,
the
it's.
dream world
I mean,
we hoped
there's like
for.
a couple of interesting things here and there. I mean, nothing that's like blowing me away at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Found ourselves helpless, lost,
isolated.
Still trying to enter that competition.
Have fun, dude.
That was pretty cool.
Oh God, Jesus, that was creepy.
Sticking with us, everyone. We hope you
I'll
enjoyed
probably
the
throw
session.
that one on my list. Why not?
Of course.
You just saw why you were exactly right to be afraid of the ocean in Abyssals. And you confronted your inner demons in the retro dream horror of decarnation. Next up, how do you rebuild a city in a world set after the collapse of civilization? Let's find out how by taking a look at I Am Future from Tiny Build.
Ooh.
Warning, hibernation aborted. Your total hibernation time was 6 years, 6 months, 5 days. Welcome to Eden, your new home.
I have no idea where the hell I am. But damn, this place is gorgeous.
That's cute.
I am future. What?
Our forefathers conquered Caldaria and bestowed it upon us, a new generation, to share or spar over.
Our great houses seek to obtain the Emperor's favor, cultivating our lands and subjects to improve and enrich the realm, beginning with ourselves, of course.
Dominance can be secured through strength, as well as delicacy.
Will you be able to build your legacy of power?
Join the great houses of Caldaria.
Fun times.
Now, for these next trailers, it's true. They do move in herds. That was so much. The thought process is simple. God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, man destroys God, man creates video games to play with dinosaurs. But just be warned that one of these trailers might come as a bit of a shock to the system.
I need to go ahead and watch the new Jurassic World movies.
I heard the new one is really bad.
Oh wow.
Like really bad.
Like really bad? Jesus.
PC gamer. Humans interface.
Oh, is this System Shock?
I don't know.
For their own entertainment. The very notion disgusts
Oh, this has
me.
got to be System Shock.
Look upon my works, foul creatures, and weep at its magnificence.
All right, show is redeemed
It's
here.
a beautiful day on Citadel
What?
Station. Humanity is on the verge of a new era.
Yeah, it's System Shock.
I, Shodan, am its new god. Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? You are an insect. You are nothing. I create. I iterate. I fuse flesh and steel into perfection.
Oh, whoa.
It looks really good.
It does look good. Holy crap. I'm like, what is this?
On your hands. You will suffer for your transgressions. These are my avenging angels, and they will have retribution.
Holy crap, it is System Shock. Oh, wow.
Looks great.
What an incredible and frankly horrifying trailer. Developed by Night Dive Studio, System Shock is the return of a beloved, acclaimed sci-fi saga.
Wow.
Today, to take us even further inside the world of System Shock, I am thrilled to welcome
War Inspector.
the one and only War Inspector. Thanks so much for joining us, Warren.
Hey, it's your boy.
In terms
It's
of
my
trying to
boy.
translate the experience of a game from 1994, 3 decades later to now, what doesn't carry over well?
The first thing is the graphics, obviously. We did the best
There's the
we
original
could.
System Shock for you.
Wow.
But, it was pretty primitive back then. And the other one is the user interface. If you look at when the game opened, the original, a help screen that came up, and it filled the entire screen with text. It's just a thing. I don't know how the guys at Night Dive did it. It's amazing. But frankly, as I think back on it, the game actually holds up pretty well. I'm excited to see it come back.
Just wondering if you think many
Should do
modern
this the
gamers
same thing
are
for Deus
aware
Ex.
of the impact
That's
that
what they
System
gotta do
Shock
next.
has had in terms of gameplay systems, in terms of narrative structure, on so many games that came after it.
I'm not sure people see the influence, which is a little unfortunate. But I think the rest of the world is going to get a chance now.
This
to
looks
experience
fun.
it, and I think they'll see. not
This
just
game
that
looks
having
fun.
Playing this game, but also see that other games followed in its footsteps.
Nowadays, we walk around with computers in our pockets. We're worried about the evil of algorithms. How do you think about a character like Shodan in 2022?
Showdown seems far too close to reality to me right now, and let's just hope that she doesn't show up as nasty a form as she did back in 1994.
Well, Warren, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us, and I want to let you know I cannot wait to return
I got this
back
one
to
on the
that
list
world
already,
play.
too.
Of course you did. Of
Yeah, I
course.
can't wait to return to that world. I forgot
Right?
basically the
Right?
fans know way more about the game than I do now, so it'll be a new experience for me too.
Thank you so much again, Warren Spector, for joining us.
Come on,
to
give
talk
us Command and
all
Conquer, and
things
this
System
will
Shock.
be like
I
this will be
personally
great.
can't wait for the game to
This is
come out.
you did it. You did it. Spectre is a happy
Give us more
man.
games to cram into your eyeballs.
Since the first pioneers changed the harshest aspects of our world, every generation has upheld the solemn promise of our forefathers, that the rise of Titan would forever be without misery or bloodshed. We seek nothing from the solar system but a lasting amity of reason and justice. To see a war under any pretext would bring ruin to the great works of mankind. Any victory achieved through that deepest expression of human unreason would be as devastating as defeat. We have but a singular purpose: to establish peace and security for all mankind.
The war between Mars and Titan devastated our solar system. Lead the survivors to Demarat, where you will continue following Frontier storyline in orbit of an alien star.
I think we've seen this before. I think this is that Summer Game Fest. This looks familiar. This game right here.
gamers, good work. You've made it here to a site of grace, or a bonfire, or a sculptor's idol, or a lamp. Make sure you're staying hydrated, replenish your potions, and most importantly, keep letting us know what games you're excited about using hashtag PC Gaming Show.
System Shock,
I can't wait to
Alters,
play
yeah.
the Alters. Oh, good. Now that we're all rested up, feeling good, it's time to enjoy a slice of that lovely cyberpunk life, courtesy of Novalis, and experience the investigative horror of immortality, the latest from the mind of Sam Barlow.
Okay.
I believe we have a short clip here. Do you want to tell us what we're about to see?
Well, I don't want to spoil things too much.
Does this work as a confession?
Here you go, man. A movie game.
Shut up.
Do Sony's in your movie games.
I mean, like, it's all about it's using, it's a puzzle game. It's using like the movies or like pretty much what's being shown here.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm just joking. I do have a soft spot for kind of like, you know, these type of games have been around forever, like full motion video games ever since the early '90s.
Oh yeah. Immortality.
We can take a break. We should take a break. No.
So that's going to be on Xbox.
Hey, boss. Time to wake up. We got customers waiting. What do you mean you don't know where to start? Let's clean this place up. Move some chairs and tables around.
This looks kind of neat.
And make this place
Is this like
shine
a?
again. If the weather gets bad, we can grow some veg in the greenhouse. Once we start making real
Some kind of cyberpunk
then you can rent that fancy
Sims, I guess?
So make friends, make enemies. Give customers a route, just turn on the old charm. Or water down their drinks. I'm not your conscience. This is a world to explore, to make stories. Your stories. You ever look up at the clouds and wonder what's up there? Well, if you dream big enough, maybe you'll find out. Maybe we all will. Welcome to
Looks kind of neat.
Okay.
I'll throw it on the wish list. Why not?
Spectre's like, PC, PC. I'm so happy it's a PC thing. Oh boy, everything.
It's not that. It genuinely looks kind of interesting. It's not. It's gonna be on console. Like it's not
No,
even
I
PC
know.
anymore.
I just find it funny. This is like the 5th or 6th game that you're like, well, I'll get that. No, I like that.
I give them credit for showing like some original stuff here. You know, like I mean, this is kind of different.
We spend lots of time creating a unique atmosphere with high levels of detail and dynamic elements.
I mean, I'll be honest, the show really is not blowing me away so far, but you got a couple things here, credit where credit's due. Like I said, the Alters looks kind of interesting. System Shock is a classic. You know, that'll be fun. It looks like it's coming along really well. You got a couple things that are interesting here. You know, credit where credit's due.
Power back in the hands of players. So with every quest you
There's no like wow moment here. I mean, closest you got to that was System Shock.
I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't like go. Oh my god!
I mean, well, the thing about System Shock is I never was like an original fan of it. Like I didn't play it back in the '90s, so I played it much later. So I'm not. It's not like it doesn't have that same resonance for me.
Get ready to overclock your eyeballs, because this next trailer is coming in hotter than my computer with 3 Chrome tabs open.
Fine, give us something good here.
Give me the next Deus Ex.
Oh, this is that Persona inspired thing. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting. I mean, something I could play on my Steam Deck, maybe. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta finally get it.
Got it. Because everyone wants one of them, dude. I mean, a portable like PC that plays like a console, dude. I'm in.
It still won't be enough for you. You still won't care about PC games.
You just want me to be like, just stop playing PlayStation, stop playing Xbox, just play Steam and
those and just
play Steam because, oh man, if it's not God of War, everything else is trash. Uncharted is trash, Horizon is trash, Infamous is trash.
You can play all those on PC, other than Infamous.
Yes, I'll wait 8 months to a year plus to go ahead and play that. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
You can play all those games right now, other than Infamous.
You just saw Demon School from Welsh developer Ysbryd Games, and now it's time to take a bit of a spooky transition.
Good spooky.
Turn on all the lights in the room, make sure the salt circle is unbroken, and check to see that your door is properly painted with sacrificial lamb's blood, because things are about to get certifiably terrifying. Let's look at the H.R. Giger-inspired biopunk horror, Scorn.
I know we just saw this at the Xbox show, but still really, really good.
A grisly nightmare of macabre perception. Greetings. I'm your host,
Doug Bradley?
Doug Bradley, and I invite you to join
I didn't recognize the voice there for a second.
We explore Scorn's mesmerizing labyrinth of odd forms. And
is that really him? Let's
see.
Yes!
You awake in the middle of a desolate hellscape filled with biomechanical contraptions.
Now I'm even more intrigued. Doug Bradley?
An industrial civilization now
you don't know who Doug Bradley is, probably.
And ruin.
Who is
Have
he?
you ever heard of Hellraiser?
I know of Hellraiser.
He's the lead Cenobite. He's the lead. Usually he has like voice modulation. Yeah.
Scorn has been carefully.
Pinhead is he's more commonly known
as what?
Pinhead is what he's more commonly known as.
Isn't he the bad guy? Isn't he the big the whatever?
To an unsettling soundscape.
So then there you go.
Discord, there you go.
Again, I don't watch horror stuff. I am a pansy.
So most of the storytelling comes from the environment, discovering the ever-present symbiotic relationships. And
that's amazing. They got Doug Bradley for this. That's amazing.
Equips you with the tools to progress. While there is shooting within the game, Scorn is not a shooter. Every encounter must be carefully considered. A wrong choice could be deadly. I hope you've enjoyed this.
This looks fantastic.
Twisted world
this really does.
Of Scorn. The team
I'm good.
at Ebb Software can't wait for you to uncover the secrets of this unique world.
I mean, I do understand why people would be excited for this, but yeah, no.
Are you prepared to unravel your inner self within Scorn's
And they got Doug Bradley on top of it. Unbelievable. Awesome. Game of the year. There you go.
Oh boy.
Now, while I've been delightedly playing Dune Spice Wars, harvesting melange, and trying to figure out how to pronounce Kwisatz Haderach. It doesn't matter. I'm equally ready to turn hordes of Tyranids into a Jackson Pollock painting in Warhammer 40K
Awesome.
space.
Yeah, well, we knew about this, but
In
still
this brutal
awesome.
third-person shooter, you once again step into the
I'm
oversized
still waiting for my
power of Titus
Warhammer game
and a
where we can play as
Space
Chaos,
Marine
but
in a galaxy immersed in a never-ending war. To take us further inside the grimdark, I am joined by
like a
Tim
Warhammer
Willits
Space
and
Marine
Oliver
style thing.
Wallace, the creative director.
You can play
Warhammer
Chaos in a bunch of
40K
games, but
Space
yeah,
Marine
go
2.
ahead.
First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
That'd be a good direction to go for, like, if they make a sequel to this thing.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, I want to start with you. You previously worked at id Software on Doom. How would you say the Space Marine compares to Doom Guy?
That is a good question. I bet many people did not know that the original Doom Guy was actually a Space Marine, inspired by an even older Space Marine, which is the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. So, you know, it's really exciting for me to work on Space Marine 2, you know, because it's a great franchise, and I know that it's inspired so many other video games throughout the last 25, 30 years.
Oh, absolutely.
So it had a slow start, but this is rocking it now. So we're in full gear now.
New Space Marine that you're going to get to play a prime.
And then there'll be a game where that'll make Spectre mad. It'll come out. It'll be like, what is this? What is it? No, this is boring. It's a movie game. Well, dang it. This sucks.
Grimdark future. He saw the dangers that the universe presented, and he created a super soldier from his own DNA. And each of these
Spectre's far more talkative. He's so quiet. It's because he's so attached. Normally, I can't get him to shut up. Because he's just riffing and.
No, I'm saying this looks great.
I know it does.
Data and found a way to enhance the
I just find it funny that, like, because you're like, oh, look at all this good stuff, you're like really quiet.
Now these guys are 2.5 meters.
Most of the time.
I'm trying to keep track of it here.
Reminding me of the 1,000 times I have rewatched the Astartes animation.
That's amazing.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting that we now get to be in that position to play that kind of character. And in the trailer, we saw a lot of Tyranids. Are they the main enemy that you're going to be against? And if so, what makes them such a compelling foe?
In this particular game, the Tyranids are the main focus, and what makes them compelling is that they are extragalactic locust-like creatures.
I really enjoyed
Visual
Space Marine. That was before I was really like a Warhammer fan. I wasn't really like a Warhammer fan at the time.
So
like,
the cool
really
thing about the Tyranids is they come in the thousands. And our proprietary engine, the Saber Swarm engine, can deliver these epic battles. Now we will have thousands of Tyranids, and you will rip and tear through them all.
I mean, that is so thrilling, because this is the sort of thing that older games couldn't even hope to do. And you're talking a little bit about combat. I know that some of the previous entries were more melee focused. What's the combat like in Space Marine 2?
So the combat in Space Marine 2 is a mix of in-your-face melee combat along with some really cool over-the-top weapons. So you know, we looked at, you know, the original Space Marine game where it had a lot of this push-forward combat, which has inspired many other video games, but that never stop, never take cover combat is integral to Space Marine 2, along with, you know, these really cool, powerful weapons. So you're either tearing up
it looks fantastic.
enemies in front of you,
it really does,
blowing them away from the back of the battlefield. It's the best of both.
Even if you're not a Warhammer
fan. Like
huge fans of the 40K lore. So I'm curious about, in working on this project, what's been the
it
most
just looks fun to play, even if you're not a Warhammer person.
I agree.
And I say that as somebody that, like, when I played the original game, I was, like I said, not a super fan of it. And I wouldn't even say I'm a super fan right now.
Incredible miniatures that have been painted by these masters are arranged in these dioramas. You find yourself kind of crouching down and looking into the ranks.
I wish I had the time, and like maybe if I was like retired, I would play the tabletop game again. Because it takes so much time and effort. Like it becomes like a full-time job. Because you have to paint them, you have to build them. There's so much investment into it. And I'm a terrible painter, so it takes me forever to paint anything.
No, I get you.
Am I going to feel like the characters in the Astartes animation? Because if so, then I'm buying the game immediately.
Even more so, when you're wielding one of those massive weapons and you're faced with 1,000 Tyranids who all want to eat you alive, and you're just let rip and you can see shell casings bursting out of these massive weapons one after another. The sound, the gameplay, the way it feels is all designed to make you feel like the most powerful warrior in the universe.
Well, perfect. That answers everything. Thank you so much, Tim and Oliver from Saber Interactive, for joining us. I can't wait. Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2 comes
Gonna be
to
good.
PS5, Xbox Series X.
Gonna be
and
good.
S soon. Now, next, we have a few more surprises for you up the sleeves of our proverbial power armor. First, Replicant D6's homage to the golden days, or should I say, golden eyes of 90s console shooters, and an atmospheric sci-fi adventure on the Red Planet from Frontier Developments and Kyoken Interactive.
I've played the demo for this. This looks really cool. It's like a modern day like GoldenEye.
Oh wow!
I played the demo. It's pretty cool. You weren't really like a Nintendo 64 kid, though, right?
Nope.
Okay. Well, GoldenEye was huge back in the day.
No, well, what I mean by that is that I played on the N64. I did not own an N64, but I do know of GoldenEye. I do know of like the historical impact that game had on the video game industry. Like that,
That's cool. You can make your own like little campaigns and levels and stuff. That's actually really cool. It's coming this year too. Wow.
Agent 64, Spies Never Die. That looks good. That looks good right there. I like that. Wait a minute. When did the demo go live?
It's been out for a while, but it's still up. It's up right now.
This is Kathy. Can you hear me? Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective. Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home.
This is also another 2-hour conference, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to know that when we get there, you'll make the right decisions.
We can do this.
What do you expect to find on Mars?
Deliver us Mars.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Elise Chappell, and I play Kathy Johansson in the out-of-this-world sci-fi epic Deliver Us Mars. Join Kathy and the crew of the Zephyr on an unmissable adventure as they journey to the Red Planet to recover technology vital to the survival of Earth and humankind. Deliver Us Mars is set to land on September 27th and is available to pre-order now on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and the Epic Games Store.
Stay away.
Okay.
And listen. To this list of games still to come, the team behind Half-Life Alyx Levitation will put their mod where their mouth is, and then it's paradox time. Not as in us creating an actual time paradox, we're going to show you the latest from Victoria 3. Plus, you can literally scare your entire butt off with the creeping horror of Gloomwood. All this and more in just a moment, but first, a final pop quiz for all you Valorant, CSGO, and League of Legends players.
Whoa.
How much has esports revenue increased since 2006?
Been sitting in this chair for a while, getting a bit stiff over here. Phrasing.
And you can scan
Right.
this QR code on the screen for a chance to win a $500 Razer gift card.
I have been enjoying this. This has been pretty good.
All right, and now back to the show.
It's been better than. It's definitely. It's gotten better over time here. It started off kind of slow.
Highly anticipated real-time strategy game from Frost Giant. Then our resident RTS addict is going to sit down with some of the game developers to ask the hard-hitting questions like, when can we play this already?
Oh yeah, I know this game. This was shown before. Yep, Stormgate. This was shown at
2 years ago,
Summer
our team
Game
assembled
Fest.
with a shared vision to build a brand new real-time strategy.
Okay, I haven't seen this one yet.
Together, we've been fortunate to work on some of the
This is pretty cool.
greatest games of all time, and now we have a chance to do it again by creating the next evolution of that legacy. Today, we are so excited to share a first glimpse of Stormgate, an exclusive sneak peek into the universe and game that we've been creating for you. Stormgate takes place in an all-new post-apocalyptic setting where science fiction and fantasy collide. Our story begins hundreds of years in Earth's future, following the near extinction of humanity. This great calamity was caused by the Infernal Host, a playable alien race of demonic invaders that are hell-bent on claiming this planet.
Oh, wow.
With our
It's a
story,
playable?
we are creating an ever-expanding game universe, told through an ongoing series of campaign missions that you can play solo or cooperatively. New chapters will come out regularly, along with new units, maps, modes, and plenty of other surprises. In addition to campaign missions, we're building a world-class competitive experience with grassroots and professional tournaments accessible from directly within the game. There will be different leagues suitable for all levels of experience. In our new 3-player co-op versus AI mode, you'll level up your heroes, collect rewards, and customize your forces to open up new styles of gameplay and long-term variety. Stormgate will be free to play, but not pay to win, and there will be no NFTs.
Yes!
Beta testing starts next year, and you can sign up now to reserve your place in line at playstormgate.com.
NFTs are stupid.
You might happen to know that
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, I mean, it looks intriguing. Yeah.
StarCraft is my favorite game. I played it for 25 years. I still play it, and that's why I am so thrilled today to be talking to Frost Giant Studios. They're a group of amazing developers who have worked on literally my favorite games of all time. And we're here to talk about their brand new, free-to-play, real-time strategy game set in a post-apocalyptic Earth. It's Stormgate. And here to talk about it is the CEO and production director at Frost Giant, Tim Morton. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I want to know about the world. I want to know about the game. Tell us, what is Stormgate?
All right, this is our first game as a new studio. And it is classic real-time strategy, but designed to be more social. We build the game in a universe that ties everything together, but provide different kinds of experiences for players who like different kinds of gameplay. So we've got cooperative campaign mode, also play open-ended co-op, but if you're somebody who really enjoys competition, we've got 1 versus 1, high skill, competitive. And those are very different ways to play in some ways, but they're also all unified by the universe, by the races, by the units. So you really get a sense for how to enjoy the game.
And I'm curious a little bit about that core gameplay, because obviously in all these modes you're going to be collecting money, building bases, building units, and so on. And I know that for you, the game feeling really good and really smooth to play is super important. Now, obviously, I come from a time where if the pathfinding is bad, we call that high skill opportunity. But I mean, how do you think about getting the controls, the motion,
It's a lot of
feel the game to feel good in 2022?
StarCraft alum.
Interesting that
in the studio. There's the some Warcraft alum there as well too. So
synchronized over the network and responsive in a way that high skill, like pro esports players feel good about playing the game. That's not easy. It does require custom technology. There's no engine that you buy off the shelf that does that for you. So we definitely started knowing that and having the benefit of our chief architect, James Anhalt, who did that work previously on StarCraft 2. So we've put a lot of effort into that for sure.
And this is going to be one of the first major RTSs people are aware of that is on Unreal Engine 5. What is it like working in this next generation engine?
It's pretty incredible how far things have come from a graphics perspective, and I think the art team is unlocked in so many ways by what Unreal provides. So we're very excited. We're still learning everything that Unreal can do for us, but even that first cinematic that we debuted, like that's done in Unreal. So the high quality graphics that you're seeing are actually coming from Unreal as an engine.
So you've talked
Because I saw this at Summer Game Fest and I was like, this looks cool, but they only saw this. And then Jeff interviewed the head of Frost Giant, like is happening here. But I'm getting a way better understanding of this game than I did at Summer Game Fest. I'm like, oh my God, this looks so much fun.
Has been focused on what are things that we can add, especially around the gameplay experience. And one of those things is more seamless integration with esports. I mean, being able to sign up, participate in tournaments directly from the client in a way that gives players, even if you're not like top grandmaster, ready to take on Cyril, there's still an opportunity to be the best on your block or the best at your company or the best at your school. So we want to facilitate esports all the way from grassroots level up to the pro level directly in the client.
So, of course, in the history of RTS games, a really important component of them has always been mods. I mean, Warcraft 3, there's players that didn't even play the original game. They just did custom mode after custom mode. Does Stormgate have modding? How are you thinking about the modding community?
A number of members of the Frost Giant team actually came out of the modding community. The team as a whole is very passionate about it. From the outset, we started out applying resources to build a custom editor. I think there's a lot of opportunity to make improvements to the editing experience for RTS. We are also working on the infrastructure for people to be able to share their mods with each other. So it's really core to us as a team to enable modding, and we're absolutely working on it.
And of course, we have to end with my favorite question of all. When can we play the game and how do we play it, Tim?
So we are going to start our beta in 2023. We already have a site stood up at playstormgate.com to be able to register for the beta. We have a lot of active discussion topics on our subreddit as well, so there's an opportunity to participate in the dialogue around what we're building.
Tim, thank you so much for joining us again today. We just got a chance to talk about Stormgate, the upcoming free-to-play RTS from Frost Giant Studios. I'm personally super pumped to play.
Looks like a fun game.
And play Stormgate.
Yeah, no, I'm intrigued.
Now, Tim, I'm going to do a transition to the next game.
I'll check it out when it gets to the beta.
Watch this. Yeah. Next, we're going to show you Lesara, Summit Kingdom from Quite OK Games. Now, as someone who has spent a medically inadvisable amount of time playing strategy games of all sorts, this looks incredibly up my alley. And it looks a lot safer than my last attempt to create society in the mountains. 2 words, Tim, yodeling accident. Let's check it out.
Ooh, building a city on a hill, woof. Or on a mountainside, sorry. Woo!
I like the style of it.
Yeah. I'm just like vibing over here with this. Nice. Frozen Flame. Okay.
That was Frozen Flame, an open-world survival RPG from
That
Dreamside
really intriguing me.
Interactive, where you'll embark on a fantasy
Because Warren Spector isn't here.
by a magical calamity.
If Warren Spector is here, if Warren Spector was a part of this entire show, I'd buy every single game, Spector would say. Every single game must have Warren Spector in it.
World, eventually growing tough enough to tackle the citadel that looms over everything and break the curse. Or you'll end up in the belly of a monster. Still kind of cozy. The demo for Frozen Flame was released just before the show, so you can jump
And that voice actor guy, Bill, whatever, he needs to be in everything too.
keep an eye out for the early access launch later.
The narrator for Scorn, whatever. Bill Murray.
Bradley.
But Doug Bradley. I'm really good at this.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Bill Hader.
Ugh.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Ugh, even worse.
Shut up. What?
Then you would hear by the sounds of the Victorian age that the world changed forever.
Map of the world.
The roar of the engines, the bangs from new factories.
This looks cool.
And the cries in the streets, calling
Yeah,
out
I didn't really play the other ones.
In Victoria 3, we simulate this era.
I didn't even know there were two other Victorias.
In 1846, and put you in charge.
Well, for you, if it's not on a console.
It's not on console. I have no idea.
You will meet the people back then, high and low.
Outside of Warcraft 3. That I knew about.
They are the beating heart of your nation and form powerful.
And maybe like
with needs
5 other games tops.
Desires. Listen to their calls and let it influence reform, or turn a deaf ear.
You want me to name them?
What is proven and stable.
This looks kind of neat, though. I like the kind of the political.
Yeah.
You want to go, but your economy, how far you'll come. Taxes, production, trade, and construction. Play these cards right, and you can harness the Industrial Revolution to turn your cities into titans. This is the engine you will need on the global stage. Use pacts, threats, and bluffs to secure your place in the sun. Anything done by war can be achieved with diplomacy. But you can decide when push comes to shove. Here you write the stories, and over time, the history of your world will be carved into the map. What will your society be like? What is the sound that will echo over continents and be heard over the noise of time as you create your grand tomorrow?
Victoria!
That was the gameplay debut of Victoria 3 from Paradox Interactive, a grand strategy game coming later this year. And let us take this moment to let you know you can wish us Victoria 3 by visiting the PC Gaming Show event page on Steam, where you'll be able to find every game featured in today's show. Type pcgamer.com/wishlist into your browser to be taken straight to there. And now on with the show.
What?
Oh, medieval. Okay.
I'm like, what is this metal awesomeness? This looks cool as hell. I want to purposefully make it look like it came from the 90s. Graphics and all.
What's up, PC gamers? We're back again. Now, what you just saw was everything New Blood's got going.
There's a big market for that, kind of like those throwback style things, yeah.
2, Faith, Fallen Aces, and a brand new update for Dusk that's bringing all new HD models and weapons that nobody asked for.
Haha!
Anyway, now last year you might have noticed we teased a bunch of games here that we weren't ready to talk about just yet. And we're still not ready to talk about those games. But I want to let you know that yes, we're still working on a top-down shooter. Yes, we're still working on a Fallout-style RPG, my dream game. And yes, we're still working on a car combat game. But we're not ready to talk about those games just yet. What I want to talk about is Gloomwood. Now, 2 years ago, y'all straight up forgot to show the Gloomwood trailer. Last year, you bumped me so Gabe Newell could talk about a bunch of demos or some shit. This year, PC Gamer, you promised me you'd get the show Blu-ray, so I
Screw
wanna
you,
hear
Gabe.
bullshit. You're on a Steam Deck ad right now or some shit. I'm gonna.
This dude is my favorite guy. I love it.
PC Gamer, you see this puppy? I will drown this puppy. I am going to drown this intolerable puppy.
You're terrible.
So yeah.
I like this guy. I really like this guy.
Chat saying based.
Shut the
All right.
I was gonna swear. Shut up, chat. You're wrong. Who cares? It's great. Love it. Based. Based my ass. That was great. I almost said the F word on here. Can't be doing that. Man, chat almost made me say.
Hello, Doctor. I had hoped for us to meet at my estate.
I'm liking the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee your safe arrival. A promise few others here can make. The townsfolk are not fond of outsiders. Don't delay.
Found a gun. I found another gun. I found more guns. Stab! Hit him in the dick! Oh, early access on August 8th, 16th. Nice.
There's only one thing I like more than playing New Bloods games, and that's probably the URLs they make for them. It wouldn't be a PC gaming show without the silliest, most ridiculous website names in human history. Which is why I'm delighted to share that next, we have a group of such games that run the gamut from medieval mayhem to an adorable animal fight club. And our first rule, we absolutely plan to talk about it.
Of course.
Corrupted what? Why is it always doing this just when I need to showcase the game? Okay, I'm gonna say have you tried turning it off and on again? Yes, I have.
The update to System 10.1.1 will provide a clean sorting of all your files and ensure that situations like this won't ever happen.
Oh, no, nobody's updating me. That's the thing. Nope, haha, thank you, but we'll pass. Okay, so I do have a backup of the trailer. While I go rummage into the bin for it, please welcome my personal assistant. That will do a great job at pitching the game for you.
What?
Talk about how cool I am in the story and how fun.
Tell him how cool I am.
You know, just talk about me.
But maybe it should update.
Ladies and gentlemen, the trailer. Okay, who had the amazing idea to save the trailer backup in 14.4 pixels?
I like it. I like it a lot.
The survival of thy noble family depends on their ability to rule the city, to fight with valor, and to learn. Oh, if only it were that easy.
What? What is happening? Hey, I'm seeing Twitter.
I don't know what you're up
That joke didn't land, damn it.
Back off.
Wait. Am I seeing My Little Pony, the Street Fighter game? It's a fighting game with like My Little Pony as animals. What?
Apparently.
Oh man. Them's fighting herds. Oh, that's a good. That's fighting words. To them's fighting herds. I like
Very
the
good,
pun.
Brett. You got it.
I like the pun. I like it. I like it. That's great. Spectre over here is going like, I got what are you doing over there, Brett? I can't deal with your stupid bull crap. Just what are you doing? What are you doing?
That was the latest DLC for Corekeeper, the sandbox survival sim from Fireshine Games and Pugstorm. The Sunken Sea biome update is available on June 15th for all Corekeeper players. Now we have even more twists and turns and trailers, so press enter to continue.
Do it, Brett.
Yeah, I'm good.
Press it. I'm gonna go ahead.
You
and see
press
what
enter to continue.
I'm pressing enter now.
Life can be harsh everywhere. But in the old world, there was no hope of it ever improving. When our crops failed, the ruling class would still collect the same share, leaving our children to starve. And if we had any coin to our name, the taxman would appear, demanding it for the crown. The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city. And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave. That we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death in our homeland. The journey wasn't easy. We lost many along the way. But this wild, unsettled land.
Are you awake over there?
Yep.
Look at you falling asleep.
Nah, dude. My eyes have just been bothering me like throughout the day.
Okay.
The farthest frontier.
What is below is destined to be understood. Our life depends on the whims of the weather. Our life is tied to this earth.
The water we harvest, the plants we grow, the air we filter. Any waste would be fatal to our survival.
We must learn to live in harmony with this world. For too long, we have wandered without purpose. From now on, our city will be...
Neat art style.
Yeah.
To understand our world, we must explore it.
We must find the tablets. The seeds of knowledge that bind all the elements together.
To build our survival.
To build our city. To live happily.
Synergy.
Welcome to Icarus, Prospector. The planet we almost lost, then found a reason to stay.
Run away!
This place wants you dead. But we've made progress. Learned the lay of the land. How to use Icarus to our advantage. Our friends at the UDA are offering up a slice, a whole new terrain. If you learn, build, and survive, maybe, just maybe, there's a future here. Think you got what it takes?
Okay.
Okay.
In the rich tapestry of the PC gaming community, modders are one of the most inspiring subcultures. In fact, some of the most popular genres today started as PC gaming mods. Right now, modders Sean FMP1 Snelling and Corey Latto are making something incredibly special in the form of an ambitious mod for Half-Life Alyx. It's called Levitation. It's an original 4 to 5 hour campaign that builds on Valve's original VR game, Half-Life Alyx. With Alyx searching for a pair of rebels gone rogue, they've discovered a strange floating building in Sector X and decided to investigate it, against orders, obviously, and now it's your turn. Let's go back to the world of Gordon, G-Man, and Alyx with this exclusive gameplay footage.
Alyx, according to the I don't have an index, so I've not played Half-Life Alyx yet. But so I have on the wish list. I plan to get eventually.
Yeah.
I said other priorities first before getting into the whole VR stuff.
Like what?
Like making sure I got my new office set up and everything, and like I said, I'm not a big VR guy just in general, so it's kind of on the lowest rung of my priority list.
I mean, you had a VR, but then you were like, oh, I want to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Quick. VR sucks.
Not really that impressed with it at all.
Oh, I don't like VR. Oh, I'm a Spectre. Oh, no.
The index looks a lot better, so.
Oh, that's good job, PT. Oh, did you what?
Yep.
I like giving Spectre crap because of how much he loves PC. And it's okay. This is totally fine. I have nothing against it. I just like giving Spectre crap. This was made by modders?
Well, I mean, they modded Half-Life Alyx.
Well, that's what I mean.
I'm detecting an incredibly large energy signature up ahead. It's probably Gordon Freeman, and not anything bad at all. Definitely, probably Gordon Freeman.
Definitely, maybe, sort of, not really. Gordon Freeman. I'm good at this. Jordan. Borden. Fight these things! He's like, I didn't. Oh boy.
Getting kind of crowded down here, Russ.
Run, Alex, run!
I don't really have like a frame of reference for comparing this to like I don't really have a frame I don't really know like what's new, what's not new here.
This looks great though.
I mean, yeah, it looks really, especially for VR, yeah.
Shoot him in the face!
Oh, nice.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah. Oof.
It's a pretty extended look.
Oh, yeah.
3 cells left.
He's like, all right, boss door, here we go.
Oh boy.
Well, folks, this is the end. We've learned a lot today about ourselves, about computers, about genetically engineered space marines. And with so many
She's
things
like,
on
what
plate, there has
the
truly
hell
never been a
is
better time
happening
to be
here?
part of the PC gaming community.
Over the course of the last 2 hours, we saw games from developers all over the world, and we wanted to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the show. All the developers who shared their work with us, and of course, all of the partners for their help bringing the PC gaming show to life.
Indeed, remember to tip your servers, install your firmware updates, and tell me if you know where to find a 3090 Ti. Tell me immediately. Anywhere you can find one, let me know. And of course, a warm thanks to
I'm guessing the 30, he's talking about the goddamn graphics card.
every year, and we're thrilled that you joined us again. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.
Alrighty then.
This is the official PC
Oh.
Gaming Show 2022 pre-show. It's the live show before the pre-recorded show. Go to the start. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Replenish your potions and motion. Let's do it again. This is the first time. But before I spiral further into my concerns,
What?
All right, one more time. You just saw Demon School from Welsh developer. You want perfect? Watch this. Let's enjoy a slice of that cyberpunk life. Experience we skipped the whole line. We have come to the end of our show at long last. With so many, I saw my spit fly out, and I hope I didn't get you, man.
Oh, good.
And also, I ate a Snickers, so I want to make sure there's no just chocolate in my teeth. Is there any chocolate in my mouth?
No one answer him.
For i9 12900KS with a 32 gigabyte of DDR.
She's go ahead.
God, there were so many
Talk about the
numbers
specs.
all at once.
Game reveals to share with you, which can only mean one thing. It's countdown. Time. There's a LaCroix burp. It's very close to the surface. It's not a heart attack, it's just a burp.
I'm not dying.
The take. It's gonna happen. Maybe.
I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this.
Get ready to overclock your eyeballs because this next trailer is coming in hotter than my computer with more than 3 Chrome tabs open. If your gaming chair came with a seatbelt, then strap in because this next trailer goes from 0 to 100 real quick.
He's like,
just got off the phone with my doctor and he was like, exclusive gameplay levels are critically low, and I want to fix that like immediately.
What?
I had no idea where we're going. It's the first time I'd seen any of those words, but I just kept
I'm just gonna keep going.
There's no break. I just kept going. I was like, this is the most this read is insane. I was like, I don't know why I'm this way. But that's what I decided to do, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, now we're good. Alrighty. We will go here. All right, let's talk about the PC game show. Go ahead and talk to me, Spectre. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, overall, pretty lackluster. I mean, if you take it as a whole, but I mean, if you look at some individual things there, I mean, it was you know, you had some really cool stuff. dotted for out there. I mean, you had I think the big ones, probably the big four there were we had the Altars, which looks pretty interesting. That's it's from a in isolation, it wouldn't really be that interesting, but it's from the Frostpunk devs. I mean, they have a proven record behind them, so that's definitely one to watch. But I mean, it's still obviously very early development because they didn't really show us any gameplay or anything. They showed us just a concept kind of teaser thing. So that's one to watch, though. The one that kind of stole the show there for me to some degree was System Shock.
Because Warren Spector's here. That's why it's Warren Spector. Only Warren Spector.
Right? Yeah, that's why. No, but no, we knew System Shock was coming, but we to see that level of all that gameplay, that was really good. It's really entertaining. It kind of gives us hope for obviously that one looks really good. Hopefully we get a System Shock 2 enhanced. I think they're working on it as well too. And I'd like to see ultimately like a Deus Ex enhanced, like something like that for Deus Ex would be amazing, and for a lot of older games really. So that looks really cool.
It should be
you had Space Marine 2 looking awesome as well. Like I said, even if you're not a Warhammer fan, there's a lot to love there. The original Space Marine was a lot of fun. This one looks like it's just taking that and just amping it up even more. And and even though we saw Scorn, before just at the Xbox presentation as well, this was a nice, another nice, demonstration of it. And having Doug Bradley, involved in this as well too is fantastic. He's a horror legend. So just all in all, those were like really the main like focal points of the show. And then he had a whole bunch of other stuff too, like littler games or things that were pretty intriguing as well too. Let's see. In terms of games let's see how many games I wish listed altogether.
Just counting them all down.
One or two I already had wish listed previously, like System Shock I had wish listed previously. So I added about at least 7 or 8 games. So that's pretty good. Demon School, Lasara, that's that mountain kind of like sim game.
Yeah.
Stormgate, Nivalis, I Am Future, Decronation, so the Altars as well. So I mean, there's definitely quite a few that were pretty interesting in there, kind of dotted in there. So yeah, I mean it's and there's some others I was going to add too. Gloomwood I already had on my list from before too. So I mean, there was actually like a good number of pretty decent, interesting games on there. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't like it wasn't like I don't think anyone would say this like blew them away or anything. There wasn't like any like like show stopping type of things. But you had some good stuff in there. So I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a middle ground. I would say, especially compared to the very lackluster offerings of the Xbox show, which only had like just less than a handful of games that were interesting and just a whole bunch of garbage. I'd probably give this more of maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. Definitely not as good as the last year's show. I just remember more stuff from last year's show, just in general. So I would probably give it that like rating out of 10 essentially.
This was fine. Like, this was actually good. Like, I enjoyed it. There was a good number of games from here that I was like, oh boy. Like System Shock, yes. Altars, the Altars, yes. Like, what was it? There was Warhammer. We saw that again. Not Your Kid looked pretty cool. Freaking like there was so much like just cool stuff shown. Like, it was definitely like I very much enjoyed the PC game show. Yeah, like I mean, Half-Life Alyx Levitation, I think that was really good. Like this was good. I don't know why you're like, it was fine. It was,
I mean, it didn't blow me away or anything.
Like, what do you know? What do you need for like? It's just the God. It's just like, do you need a press conference to go ahead and or one of these showcases to have like just triple A's out of the ass? Like, What do you need? Like, it just.
No, I mean, just something a little bit more like earth shattering. There wasn't like any like big reveal, like any big surprise here. You know, I guess maybe that's what pushed it over the top. If there was like some kind of big like random reveal that you just wouldn't have expected, then I would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, that. But we didn't really have anything like that.
The Half-Life Alyx Levitation, I would probably say that's the big one. That's to be like, what?
It's a mod. It's not even a new game.
I mean, again, I'm not a PC guy.
You're aware that Half-Life Alyx already exists, right?
Yes, I do. It
wasn't a new game.
I'm aware it's a new mod, but it's not just like, oh, your stats.
I mean, it looks like an extensive mod, but it's still just a mod. It's not even a new game.
Well, still looks really good. I knew that Half-Life Alyx. I literally thought it was a whole expansion of a thing. Like, it's nuts. But yeah, like, I enjoyed the PC gaming show. That was really good. I very much enjoyed that. That was definitely more enjoyable than the Xbox One, because the Xbox One was just, I don't know. Maybe it was just my expectations were maybe too high. I don't know. I don't know. But I enjoyed Summer Game Fest probably even more than the Xbox Showcase. I think Xbox Showcase was the weakest of all of them.
I agree. Yeah, it really was. Like, I'm surprised. It's surprising to say that even too. Like, I was expecting so much more. I will say in the Xbox Showcase, in its defense, we did finally get to see more of Starfield. It's enough of Starfield to actually have me intrigued about it.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I just kept on saying like, okay, I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about it. Now I can actually say like, okay, well, we've seen it now, and I'm intrigued and I'm interested in, seeing more of it. So,
yeah, but
so at least we have that.
Yeah, but we'll talk more about the Xbox Showcase and this and Summer Game Fest. We'll even talk about State of Play for a little bit. Devolver Digital, all that kind of stuff. All the different conferences we've had throughout the past week. Whatever. We're going to be talking about that on our next episode of Dual Shocked, which is our PlayStation podcast. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This was definitely, I would probably say this was definitely a 3 out of 5 show. I very much enjoyed this. This was good. This was very, very good. But yeah, anything else you want to add, Spectre?
No, it's yeah, I mean, well, I guess we have the Capcom show tomorrow. I won't be around for that. I don't know if you're doing that or not.
I don't think so. Because like Sonic Central, there was a Sonic Central from Sega, and it was just, hey, here's a bunch of Sonic stuff. Oh yeah, here's Sonic Frontiers, which is really, really empty, and it very much feels like it's Sonic 06 all over again. So, So there have been other conferences and stuff that have happened throughout the week, like Day of the Devs and the Tribeca Game Festival, and all the other stuff. But I'll probably keep an eye on that. I don't know. But I definitely do there may be one for the Devolver Digital one. There may be one for Devolver Digital for me to do reactions to. So take a look, check out on that. But with all that being said, this is pretty much it. Outside of maybe the Devolver Digital one, but then we're going to be talking about all of the not E3 showcases that we have gotten, and kind of talk about all of that, the games that we got, and go from there on our next episode of Dual Shocked. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Brotherhood of Geeks, and let us know down in the comments what you guys thought of this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All that kind of stuff. And also press the like button. That way, we know, everyone knows that you like our stuff. Go ahead and press the like button, and also press the bell icon. That way, whenever we put up a video, we put up a video. And then also, please go to our Twitter, which is at DualShockedBOG. And then you can go to our Twitch at twitch.tv/Brotherhood of Geeks. Our Facebook is facebook.com/The Brotherhood of Geeks, and Instagram.com/Brotherhood of Geeks. So yeah, that is Everything.
All right.
Awesome. All right. Well, then, with that being said, I'm Britt J. Rasmussen.
Aspect.
And